Symptoms of a bad map sensor. Hey everyone, welcome back to Auto Repair, where we help you fix car problems fast and keep more money in your pocket. Today we're diving into a small but mighty engine component, the map sensor. When this sensor starts to fail, your car might act up in ways that are easy to miss. But if you ignore the signs, it could lead to serious engine damage. From rough idling to poor gas mileage, we'll break down all the key symptoms to watch for so you can catch a bad map sensor early. Let's get into it. 1. Check engine light seal. Turns on. One of the first signs you'll notice when the map sensor starts to fail is the check engine light. The ECU continuously monitors sensor signals, and if it detects a voltage reading from the map sensor that's out of expected range, it will trigger a fault code and illuminate the CEL. Common related codes. P0106, map sensor performance problem. P0107, map sensor low voltage. P0108, map sensor high voltage. Why it happens. Incorrect pressure readings confuse the ECU, which expects data within a specific range depending on engine load and RPM. 2. Poor fuel economy. A faulty map sensor may cause the engine to run either too rich, too much fuel, or too lean, too little fuel. Either condition leads to decreased fuel efficiency. Why it happens. If the ECU thinks there's more air entering the engine than there actually is, due to a faulty sensor, it will increase fuel delivery unnecessarily. The opposite happens if it thinks there's less air. 3. Engine stalling or rough idle. A defective map sensor can cause unstable idling or frequent stalling, especially when the engine is cold or under light load. Why it happens. Incorrect air-fuel mixture makes the combustion process inefficient. At idle, the engine requires precise fuel delivery. If the mixture is off, it can lead to rough operation or shut the engine down entirely. 4. Lack of power or hesitation during acceleration. You might notice your car hesitating when accelerating or a general lack of engine response. Why it happens. The ECU relies on the map sensor to determine how much load is on the engine. A wrong signal may cause it to delay or reduce fuel injection and spark timing, leading to poor acceleration. 5. Excessive exhaust smoke, black smoke. In some cases, a failing map sensor can cause the engine to run overly rich, leading to black smoke from the tailpipe. Why it happens. Too much fuel in the combustion chamber doesn't get fully burned, and it exits through the exhaust as thick, black smoke, often with a strong fuel smell. 6. Engine misfires. The engine may misfire intermittently or consistently, especially under load. Why it happens. An improper air-fuel ratio causes incomplete combustion. In turn, this leads to misfires in one or more cylinders. 7. Hard starting or no start. A bad map sensor can make your engine hard to start, especially during cold starts, or cause it to crank without starting. Why it happens. Cold starts are more sensitive to air-fuel ratios. If the ECU can't correctly determine engine load due to bad sensor input, the mixture may be too lean or rich to ignite properly. 8. Jerking or surging during driving. The engine might feel like it surges forward unexpectedly or jerks at steady throttle. Why it happens. Inconsistent or fluctuating readings from the map sensor confuse the ECU. The ECU might abruptly adjust fuel delivery or ignition timing, causing unstable performance. 9. Failed emissions test. Vehicles with bad map sensors often fail emissions tests due to poor combustion efficiency and increased hydrocarbon emissions. Why it happens. An incorrect mixture burns less cleanly, resulting in higher emissions, especially NOx and unburned hydrocarbons. How to diagnose a bad map sensor. If you suspect a bad map sensor, here are a few steps you can take. 1. Use a scan tool. Read the live map sensor values with the engine on. Compare sensor values to expected values, typically 28 to 32 in Hg at idle, depending on altitude. 2. Check for vacuum leaks. A vacuum leak can mimic map sensor failure symptoms. Make sure there are no leaks in the intake system. 3. Test voltage. Use a multimeter to check the sensor's output voltage. A functioning map sensor usually outputs between 1 to 5 volts depending on vacuum level. 4. Inspect wiring and connector. Ensure there's no corrosion, damage, or loose connections in the wiring harness or plug. Final thoughts. A bad map sensor may not always cause extreme symptoms right away, but left unaddressed, it can seriously affect fuel economy, performance, and emissions. If you re-experiencing multiple symptoms from the list above, testing or replacing the map sensor is a smart move. If this video helped you diagnose your car problems, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts or questions in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.